Hello, I'm Anthony and this is Still Earth. Thanks for your company. Over the last couple of weeks we've been talking about self-love, self-care, and us beginning to understand our value and our worth, because I believe one of the biggest diseases in the world this day is actually the disease of not enough. Too many of us roll through this life understanding or thinking that we are not good enough, that we are not enough for our situation, our world. So self-love is not only important, I believe it's vital. If you begin to understand your value, understand that you have always been good enough. Understanding these things allows you to set the bar higher in the sort of life that you want. See, people with high self-confidence expect much more from life. Those of us who suffer from low self-esteem or low self-love, we accept less. And we tend to spiral down on that. Wouldn't it be nice to believe that we were worthwhile? Wouldn't that be nice to understand our own value and our own worth? Because it is absolutely necessary in this world to understand that you are worthy and worth it. It would be great to have that superhero that was to step in front every time someone said something bad to you or put you in a terrible situation. It'd be nice to have that person, that superhero that went, "Stop right now. You will not speak to this person that way. You will not ask him to do that thing." Wouldn't it be nice to have that superhero? Sadly, that superhero only exists inside of us. Inside of you lies that superhero, that one that should be sticking up for you when things are not going as well as you had hoped. It can be you. The minute we start to believe that we are worth it and worthy, the minute that we start to set levels of tolerance in our lives, because that's what we expect. And when we do that, people will start to understand the level of our expectation of their behaviour to us and our behaviour to them. We are the writers of this story. Make no mistake, there is nobody else writing this book. This is your story. This is your book. Is every day going to be a great day? No, it's not. I mean, wouldn't that be the most boring book on the planet? If you picked up that book and every page said, "This is a great day, it's been wonderful, I've been fantastic." How many pages would you read? 3? Reminds me of that old yarn about the gambler that walked out of the casino one day after losing a bit more money, bang, and got hit by a bus. Stone cold dead. Wakes up after through the pearly gates and he's laying on the floor and he's looking up into this most beautiful ceiling. It's gorgeous. And he gets up and he's looking around trying to work out what's actually happened here. And he looks down and he's dressed in this beautiful Armani suit and he's in this, what looks to be like the world's biggest casino. For miles in every direction where he looks, all he can see is poker machines and blackjack tables and roulette wheels and the whole caper, and it's like he's in heaven. He walks over to the first slot machine and he reaches into his pocket and he's got this $1 coin and he slips it in the slot, pulls the one arm, an old-fashioned bandit, pulls the one-arm bandit lever, bingo, 777 horse giraffe buffalo, house wins. Makes a fortune. Hits retrieve cash, the money just pours out on the ground. So much of it. Picks up a pocket full, calls to the concierge, "Mate, can you pick this up?" The guy comes with a wheelbarrow. Goes to the next machine, bangs in another $1, pulls it. 777 draft horse dog, whatever that is. Another house win, money going everywhere. Can't believe his luck. This is wonderful stuff. Goes to the next machine, banging his 777, wins every time. And then decides he's going to go for the big deal, so he goes to the blackjack tables and starts to go, can't lose. I mean, this guy is just handing in millions at a time and just making so much money. The cashiers are going, "You know what, mate, we'll just put it in the bin at the back when you need it." He doesn't need it. Every time he puts $1 down, he wins. Thousands upon thousands of dollars. Great day. Getting a bit tired of working all this money, so he says, "Mate, hey, can I get some tea and can I get a room?" And the guy says, "Mate, you've already got a room. It's upstairs." Gets into this golden elevator and goes upstairs, goes into the room. It's magnificent. It's huge. Huge bed, size of Adelaide Park, footy park. He's all dressed there. The waiters come in, serve him his meal. It's fantastic. goes to sleep, gets up in the morning, gets his gear on, goes down, has a beautiful breakfast, puts more money in the machines, win, 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 win. It's spectacular stuff. Next day, same thing. Next day, same thing. Comes down, puts money in, bang, wins again. Next day, same thing. Next day, he's starting to get out of bed a little bit later. Next day after that, a bit later still. Next day after that, he's jogging downstairs in his PJs and having a bit of breakfast and then throwing a couple of coins to the thing and to the concierge and say, mate, you put in a couple of coins for me, will you? And after a while, he's not even coming down till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And then one day he comes down at about 3 in the afternoon, still dressed in his PJs. He's unkempt and he's looking pretty odd. And he walks up to the cashier and he says, you know what, mate? I didn't think heaven would be like this. The cashier looks at him and says, who told you this was heaven? See, life's like that. We've got to have some ups and downs. We've got to keep it interesting. In this book we write, in this book you write, we're going to have some bad days. We're going to have some good days. But our bad days serve to teach us what we don't want. Our bad days also teach us how to appreciate the good days. We need them all. Do we want them all to be bad? Of course we don't. We don't want them all to be good either. But we get to write the book. You are the author of the only and the greatest book this world has ever seen. And when you're sitting on the side of your grave with your little legs dangling down in the hole, and someone taps you on the shoulder and says, mate, I've got a book for you to read. And they give you this book. And you look down at it, and it's your book. The big question is, would you want to read it? Do you think it'd be a bestseller? Would you reread your book? Because it's a good book. And the end of the book was terrific. You'd had a good life. It's time to pick up the pen. Pick up the pen. Start a new chapter. And make this the greatest book the world has ever seen. Until we meet again, you have a good one. Take it easy on the turns.